Hi, Alexandra. How are you?
Good, good. Hi, Tairi.
Maybe let's start in English for
Yes,
those of
sure.
us that are going to be listening in or watching this, since hopefully the video will turn out okay. What about a quick introduction about yourself, your work, and your role in aluCine?
Oh, thank you. So I am Alexandra Gelis. I'm a Colombian Venezuelan filmmaker living here the last 13 years. And in this year festival, I have different hats. So I'm presenting a program of women work, of Latin American women work. Also, I'm showing my latest film, which is a 60 millimeter film with my mom. And I also have a short video, like one of my first video that I made years ago when I
Mhm.
first came here. And I'm facilitating a 60 millimeter workshop. Yeah,
Busy.
so yes.
That's
Yeah,
great.
aluCine being home, so yes.
That's great. So you're kind of growing with the festival a little bit.
Exactly, yes. Actually, I first came to Canada invited to show one of my films in the
Mhm.
festival 30 years ago, and I fell in love with the city and I stayed. So
Yeah,
aluCine brought me here. Yes.
that's so great. Um, so given that you're wearing many hats, just so that maybe we can focus on a couple of things, perhaps you can talk a little bit about the program that you helped to organize that I understand was supposed to be in person, but under current circumstances is going to hopefully take a new form.
Exactly. So I'm very excited with that, with the program. The program is called the Diferencias, Linajes y Pertenencias, of differences, lineages, and belongings. So it is a, a short, a program of experimental short films made
Mhm.
by Latin American women that live here, but also in their countries. So it is an open perspective of what Latin American feminisms are right now.
Right.
You cannot just define as a one. So you have the voices of indigenous, you have the voices of indigenous feminisms, but also queer feminisms, and from the visual arts, from the performance, from the found footage, and even a music video.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so our 11 pieces.
Mhm.
The program is an hour long. And what I'm most excited is that I have, let me count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new pieces that were created completely for this program. So I'm a media artist and filmmaker that is always traveling. So all my work is based in encounters, and also I teach in different countries. So I'm not really a curator. I'm a programmer because I've been meeting interesting people all around the world. So
Right.
now, and if I have the opportunity, I show their work. So especially this kind of work, because it is experimental work, sure, that is not the class or the traditional narrative that you're gonna see in a festival.
Right.
So the program finished with Elena Franco.
Mhm.
Elena Martin Franco, she's from Cartagena, Colombia, and she is a filmmaker, performance artist. And we were supposed to finish the program with a performance, with a video performance in
Mhm.
place.
Right.
This is a new piece made for this program for the festival, but well, now it's going to be online. So I really invite you to come on this November 6th, to come online, and at 6 p.m. we are going to show all the works, and then 7 we have a Q&A
Oh,
with
nice.
all the artists.
So it's just adapting to, what we can do now, which is like us here virtually connecting and talking about the festival. You're doing the same thing with the in-person screenings.
Exactly. Yeah. So, which is interesting as well. what we really like the most with the festival is getting together, is seeing the people that you're seeing in different places or
Right.
different festivals all around the world, but also online. It has the interesting point of it's more democratic, so you can see work that normally you don't see it because they are just in Toronto in a theater.
Right.
So now they're open everywhere, and also you're gonna be able to listen in the work of the voices of Juliet Morales, for example. Juliet is a Native woman that lives near to Cali, in Colombia, exactly. Mm-hmm. So she is gonna go online and show her work that is more performance, and also she is adapting her work to be shown for first time online or in a theater, and now it's gonna be online.
Right.
Yeah? And you're gonna have also Viviana Diaz is showing 2 animations from the Zapatist perspective, and also what it means being a feminist nowadays, like where the fight is. It is a fight from the like in the body, from the body, but fighting for the differences, like for the different voices. So I really invite you to visit us online.
Awesome.
Meeting us online.
Thank you. It sounds like it's really creative and innovative in terms of how they want to showcase their, not just their art, but also their points of view, right? You mentioned their experimental works. Can you maybe talk a little bit about what experimental short films or art means for people like ourselves who identify as Latin American? I think we're bombarded with a lot of straightforward films, and we may kind of not really know much about experimental works. I think I'm interested in hearing it. I hope others are too.
Yeah, sure. So what is experimental? What I'm going to talk to you is a very personal point of view. To me, experimental is a way of living, is a way of working, is a way of seeing it also. So, so those are works that are out of the traditional narrative. So out of the lineal narrative, bringing into the no complete discourses. So when you have a no complete discourse, you have a space for errors or for new things to come, or new voices to come. So for example, and then you mentioned it as a Latin American. So we have the work of Nadia Granados. Nadia Granados is a queer feminist from Bogota. Mm-hmm. So they are showing us Plata o Plomo. Plata o Plomo is a music video where they're playing with the aesthetic of the Narcos. So Narcos, the Netflix, which is the big industry right now in Colombia. Very well. So it's playing with that, but for a queer perspective, so it's using the traditional, what is a narrative as a music video, but also the aesthetic of the Netflix, but it's saying something different. So in that space, in that break, a new things happened.
Excellent.
Yeah. Also found footage. So what is found footage? So images that you found here and there, and you re-edit it in a different ways. Yes.
So I think it's kind of interesting because I think it kind of gives us a new way to learn about our culture too. At least from the perspective of someone watching and experiencing the art,
Exactly. Yeah. So it is also an invitation to open the mind and going. Sometimes when we are far away from home, we have 2 interesting perspectives. One is that you can see broader. So you have the distance. So the distance, it gives you the opportunity of reading more, but also we are in the danger of the romanticization. So.
Muy cierto.
Yes. So this program is exactly that. So what is a native feminist thinking about rituals of marriage? So I invite you to come to the program and see it. Yes.
Can we maybe talk a little bit about this en español para
Claro que
nuestras
sí.
familiares y amistades de habla hispana?
Perfecto.
¿Cómo dirías tú, o cómo nos puedes explicar lo que quiere decir estos cortometrajes así que son experimentales, ¿no?
Sí. Ok, so experimental para mí, y esto es una definición muy, muy personal,
Sí.
Experimental es una forma de vivir, de hablar, de ser, de pensar y de crear, ¿no? So, son narrativas no lineales, narrativas no tradicionales, que abren espacios al error, que abren espacios a las sorpresas y a que sean incompletos principalmente. So, al tú tener un mensaje que no es cerrado, la audiencia tiene un espacio para poner sus propios imaginarios y sus propias historias, ¿no? Entonces, pues yo mencionaba como ejemplo para un imaginario latino muy conocido, el trabajo de Nadia Granados. Nadia Granados es queer, feminista, como muchas otras voces feministas fuertes que tenemos en el sur. Y Nadia Granados nos trae un video musical que se llama Plata o Plomo. Plata Plomo usa como la estética de Narcos, Netflix, como la visual general, pero con una narrativa de video musical. Y en la mitad, entre estos dos, en el hueco o en el quebrar entre estos dos, hay mensajes queer, políticos. ¿Qué pasa con Uribe? ¿Qué está pasando con la política en Colombia en este momento? ¿Qué pasa con los narcos?
O sea que en el video musical es cierto que nos encontramos y tal vez nos gusta la música, pero el mensaje es donde viene algo diferente, ¿no?
Exactamente, exactamente.
Muy bien.
Exactamente. Y por ejemplo, yo estoy muy contenta de tener dos artistas locales. Tenemos a Julieta María, que está presentando un Super 8, un film, un celuloide que hizo en Colombia. Y está presentando también, se me perdió, Lorena Salomé. Lorena Salomé está presentando Severin. So, Severin es un pedacito que ella corta de una película muy conocida y la reescribe. Entonces corta y repite, corta y repite, corta y repite, y le da otro mensaje completamente distinto, ¿no? Que es muy cercano como a la violación o al abuso sexual infantil o a los acercamientos que no son que son tan incómodos, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
No son niños y tan peligrosos.
Qué bien, qué bien. Sí. O sea que tenemos como 11, ¿no? 11.
Tenemos 11 películas, 11 cortos. Por ejemplo, tenemos Laura Huertas Millán, ella es colombiana, muy conocida. Ella trabaja más como con instalaciones, videoinstalaciones, y tiene un trabajo muy bueno, nuevo, alrededor de la coca en Colombia. Y aquí nos trae un corto que es una historia como entre el edificio de la Universidad Nacional y una historia de un individuo queer en Bogotá. Tenemos también Valentina Alvarado, que nos trae, ella es venezolana, vive ahora mismo en España, y nos trae una animación contando qué es ser venezolano fuera. Pero también tiene otro, que es una carta during COVID times.
Ok.
Viviana Díaz, como ya contaba, tiene una obra sobre los zapatistas, pero también algo muy cortitico, una animación nueva que hizo para este programa, que es sobre como las muertes o los femicidios, ¿no? Con una estética muy cortita de GIF. Julieta María, está Ana Vaz, que es brasilera con un trabajo que se llama América. Nadia, que ya la comenté. Liliana Vélez es colombiana, que tiene trabajo de performance muy, muy fuerte, muy crudo con su propio cuerpo. Alejandra Delgado tiene una película que se llama Nombra, de Bolivia, y habla de la lucha política en Bolivia desde el cuerpo femenino. Lorena Salomé, que es de acá, Argentina, Juliet, indígena colombiana del sur de Silvia,
Sí.
y Elena Martín Franco, que es colombiana cartagenera, radicada en Montreal, que nos va a traer un video performance.
Okay, muy bien, muy bien. Okay, so I'm switching back.
Okay, turn.
So I understand that your work is also part of another program in aluCine.
Yes.
Can you talk about your film and what's about?
Sure.
What can we look forward to?
Well, this is a really special film for me because it is a collaboration with my mom. And I've been creating with my mom in the last 5 years, well, 4 years, I'm sorry, 4 years, a series of work and performances while dealing with cancer. So my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and then I said, I'm not a doctor. I know a lot about medicinal plants, but I'm not a doctor. So the only thing that I know how to do is art and create. So we start filming different actions. So I have different short films and a video, an interactive video installation in this work. So it's 10 minutes and it's a 60mm film. I developed like hand process, so it's full of scratches and it gathers the story. So the performative actions as a way of healing in this process. And also the documentation of being in the cancer hospital in Panama.
Right. ¿Y qué piensa tu mami de este proyecto?
¿Qué piensa mi mamá? Mi mamá.
Bueno, ¿cómo se siente ella? Hace parte del arte también, ¿no?
Sí, bueno, ella es escultora y en la película y la van a ver que está trabajando, pero una cosa es que esté esculpiendo, otra cosa es estar parada enfrente, desnuda en la cámara. Sí, entonces ella me llamó hace 2 días y me dice, Alex, ¿viste el teaser de aluCine este año? Y yo, no, ¿qué pasó? Y me dice, ¡salgo yo! Sí.
Muy bien, muy bien. And what program is that in? That's also on one of the online programs, I think, right? The Cine Norte, Cine Sur?
Exacto, sí. Esa es una compilación muy interesante que curaron en aluCine. Sí.
Muy bien. Okay, I'll be sure to link that for anyone who's tuning in.
Okay.
The program.
It's called Doing and Undoing Poems from Within.
Doing and Undoing Poems from Within.
Oh, sorry. That is the series, Doing and Undoing Poems from Within, and the film is called Exits and Entries.
Oh.
Exits and Entries. That is, yeah.
Okay, very interesting title. So I'm very curious about that.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for your comments. My mom will love them.
So, so we talked about the programs that you help to curate and maybe choose the 11 films plus your own work. From your perspective, what's aluCine been like this year? Because, we've had a lot of changes in the past few months where you thought as a group you will be able to show things in person, and now we're being pulled I guess backwards a little bit, and now we have to go back to just thinking everything is digital. What does that mean to you as a member of the group to maybe navigate and plan?
It's exactly what you just said. It's a thing of navigation. It's like your background. We've been navigating in a waters that sometimes is like kind of stable, but it moves all the time. No, so from the beginning we were aware of the possibilities of it might happen online or it might not even happen. This is part of the uncertainty in general, no? So we were excited until a week ago where the new law changed and said we have to go back, no? So we were excited, like planning the whole in-person program, the 3 of the main programs where we're planning to be on theater, with all the security and like the health measurements. But well, we're back. And as I already said, so the advantage is that it is a program in a series of conversations that are going to be online.
Right.
And then talking about conversations, I really want to invite you after my program on November the 6th at 7:30 is going to be a talk of women artist filmmakers, Latin American women artist filmmakers in Toronto. So we are going to be 4 women. So Lina Rodriguez is a filmmaker, Colombian filmmaker. Like she's producing a lot of features right now and fiction.
I'm familiar with her work.
Yes, okay. So Lina's going to be there and she has a lot to say as a woman artist working in the industry in Colombia. In Toronto. Then we have Francis. What's her name? Her last name. Okay, Francis. Now I'm going to give it to you. So Frances, she is Chilean filmmaker. She works with celluloid, more experimental work, and she's been in the experimental film world that is also really like male dominated in Toronto. Right. So she has something else to say. And Sojin Chun, she is Korean in Bolivia also. Yeah. So she's been working more from the performance, but also into the education platforms or institutions here. And myself, that I'm more into experimental, but also I show into exhibitions settings.
Right.
So,
okay.
So we'll have a conversation.
Very nice. So you have different perspectives among the 4 of you and experiences.
Exactly.
Okay. So maybe you can, let's just switch hats again y hablemos de este taller o el conversatorio que van a tener.
Okay. El conversatorio es una charla de las perspectivas de mujeres latinas, o sea, ¿qué significa ser mujer latina trabajando en el film industry, pero también en el mundo experimental y como en las artes en Toronto? Vamos a tener una conversación entre 4 artistas. Lina Rodríguez, colombiana, filmmaker, trabaja con ficción, largometrajes. Ella tiene mucho que decir desde la parte de producción en la industria, pero también exhibition. Y ella trabajó con TIFF. Entonces, ¿qué pasa con una mujer que está entre esos mundos? Y además de todo es latina. También tenemos Francis Durán. Se me había olvidado el apellido. Francis Durán, chilena, filmmaker increíble. Ella trabaja con celuloide, entonces pues nos estará hablando qué significa ser mujer que trabaja en el mundo experimental del film, del celuloide en Toronto, que ha sido también como muy male, como dominado mucho por los hombres. Entonces vamos a ver qué nos va a decir. Sojin Chun, ella es coreana, boliviana, y trabaja como con performance, video experimental, y ha estado y trabajando mucho como con fotografía y a nivel educativo y con instituciones varias. Y yo que estoy más como en el film experimental, yo también enseño en universidades y presento más como en como exhibiciones bienales. Entonces pues tengo como un trabajo lleno de tecnología en el que siempre hay un encuentro allí con los hombres o con el mundo, que ha sido también bastante dominado por
Va a haber
los
mucho
hombres.
de qué hablar.
Bueno, tenemos mucho por qué hablar.
Sí. Y esto es a las 7:30 en noviembre 6 o 7.
A las 7. Entonces, mi programa es a las 6, de 6 a 7, el programa a las 7:30, de 7 a 7:30 hay un Q&A con las artistas de mi programa y después viene a las 7:30 viene la charla de de mujeres en el cine.
Ok, muy bien.
En Toronto.
Ponemos todo en la website.
Perfecto, gracias.
Ok. Y bueno, antes de despedirnos, ¿qué más nos puedes contar acerca de aluCine? ¿Hay algunas otras charlas o conversatorios? ¿Hay un workshop también?
Sí, ajá, mi otro hat, ¡tarán! Junto con Maddie Piller. Maddie Piller es cineasta peruana que también está mostrando en el programa de Norte Sur. Maddie Piller y yo vamos a estar haciendo un taller de cómo hacer cine sin cámara. Entonces vamos a hacer un taller de animación con 16 milímetros con film. Y la idea son 2 días de taller y al final, el viernes, vamos a hacer un performance en Film Gallery a todos los participantes. Entonces, y la idea es hacer loops con estos cortos films.
¿Y ya está llena? Oh, ok. ¿Y está lleno el taller?
Sí, ya se cerraron las inscripciones. Sí. Pero los invito a estar pendiente. aluCine siempre ha sido una plataforma importante en la formación, ¿no? Sí. Hace muchos años cuando yo trabajaba con aluCine y pues continúa, siempre ha sido como que para tener audiencia es importante cultivar una audiencia, hacer talleres. Y como siempre pasan pues y tantos artistas que vienen al festival y hay tanto talento latinoamericano, pues el festival siempre está abriendo esas conexiones, ¿no? En los talleres. Entonces, pues los invito a estar pendientes de los talleres que aluCine realiza cada año y durante todo el año.
Sí. Oh, okay. Gracias. Okay, so I guess we'll wrap it up in terms of, you mentioned the workshop that's already closed and you're going to be showing the outcomes of working with 60mm film. Is that open to the public or just the participants of the workshop?
Well, so we are doing an experiment here. So the workshop is going to be at Film Gallery. I'm going to give you later the information. So on Friday, we'll have after 7 p.m., we'll have the performance on the window. So it can be seen from outside. Yes. That's an really experimental performance with sound, with like live sound, and who knows what is going to happen. I hope performance also.
Awesome. So it's nice to see that, whatever is happening in the world, creativity is winning.
Yes.
Hopefully, right? And we're finding ways to stay connected, and also ways for you to be able to share your art with us. So I thank you, Alex. I had a really nice chat with you, and I'm looking forward to the different programs. I will be sure to put the link at the end of the video so people know where to go for aluCine, all the details about aluCine. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Thank you so much, Heidi. Thanks.